Well, we know that in North Queensland, as indeed we see all across Australia and around the world, drug problems impact on communities and families. And in recent years, problems with ice have been in the spotlight. From today, the Australian Anti-Ice Campaign is conducting a series of workshops in Townsville high schools and also staging a community workshop with the support of the Mundingburra Rotary Club. Wanted to find out a bit more about what they're planning to do with this, and I wanted to find out more about the campaign itself. Andrea Simmons is the founder and CEO of the Australian Anti-Ice Campaign. Andrea, welcome to the program. Nice to have you here.
Thank you, Michael. Thanks for having me.
Just explain about the campaign that you head up and what you do around Australia.
AAIC was founded 8 years ago in order to educate and raise awareness about the dangers of the drug ice, particularly, and other drugs as well. But in relation to ice, it is absolutely destroying our communities and our country, and we need to do something radically different. We basically, Michael, take people who have recovered from addiction. I myself have I was introduced to this drug about 12 years ago through somebody that I trusted and I had known for a long time. I really didn't understand that this drug was about to kill, steal and destroy my life very, very quickly. And it just looked so innocent, and I decided to have a puff of this smoke, and very, very quickly I got, I became addicted, and I lost control of my life, and I actually lost my life in that process. I died 2 years into drug addiction, and ended up, homeless and very, very sick. Being gifted the recovery, the chance of recovery that I have been gifted, because many aren't. Many struggle for the rest of their lives in and out of that addiction, end up in prison, in mental health institutes, or dead. I've been gifted that chance to have recovery and have my mind back. So I made it my business to get in front of our youth. I thought if me at 40 could go down this spiral, I mean, I was a mother. I had businesses, I had been successful in life. And if that could happen to me, imagine what could happen to youth in high schools, my kids, my kids' kids, your aunt, your nephews and nieces and kids. And I'm thinking, oh my goodness, what are we doing? And so I started talking in schools, and consequently, this organisation has grown in most states across Australia. And we have an amazing team of people that have also recovered from addiction, that have the same heart, and they have long-standing recovery, and they go in there and they provide an evidence-based practice presentation. They show the kids about what it does to the brain, to the body, but they walk the audience through their journey, so to better understand why they don't want to do this drug. Because it's easy to say don't do drugs, but to actually understand what it's about to do if you pick it up, that's the key.
Yeah.
That is really what we're trying to do here. So, yeah, we've been educating in schools across North Queensland, all of Queensland, we've been in a lot of schools, and the kids, we're getting an amazing response. The kids are reaching out, asking questions, they're wanting information, they're reaching out for help for family members. It's been incredible, and with the help of the Rotary, we have been able to do a lot of work out there, so we're very, very grateful for that.
Gee, it's great to hear that that is the case, Andrea. But I mean, your story is incredible. So you had to be resuscitated, did you?
No, I actually stopped breathing, and I was with the person that loved me and introduced me to this drug, and they put me in the back room and thought I was dead. Because your frontal lobe of your brain's not operating, you don't have logic, rational decisions, processing center in operation. So they thought I died. He thought I died, and he put me in the room and shut the door.
Wow.
Yeah. And but I woke up much later, and 4 days later, I actually had an epiphany, as people call it. I call it an encounter with God, because that's what I believe what happened that day. And dramatically, I just my life was turned around, and I came back home. I locked myself in a room, and it was the hardest thing. It took me a year to stop wanting to die, because I was so broken from it. I'm just really blessed to be here, but I don't want this to happen to anyone.
We're so lucky that you are here to tell us that story. Do you find that when you're speaking to young people, particularly our school-age students, that to have someone like you tell the story of what you went through, it means much more to them than maybe hearing it from a health professional or a drug educator?
Absolutely, because we've been doing that drug educator or teacher education system for a long time. My question to the community is it working? We've had a 480% increase in methamphetamine found in our wastewater over a 6-year period. Just recently, over the last 2 years, we've had a 37% increase in methamphetamine use. And that's statistics. They're not just self-reporting, because people don't report that they're a drug addict. They don't report. I've never reported that I was using. Have you? And so this is actual stats. Wastewater, you can't hide that. And to me, that's increasing. It's not becoming. It's not changing. We need to do something radically different. I need to get in front of these kids. We need to show them what's going to happen. The fact that today I live with, a heart condition. I have. It took me 2 years to settle my kidneys. I can't drink any alcohol. My kidneys bleed. I have memory issues. It's a long haul back, and this is, 9 years in recovery for me. I still have scars, but I'm blessed to be here. Many don't make it out, but we've got to get in front of our kids. If we can't get educated on this matter, this drug is out there. It's out to kill, steal, and destroy. It's being offered to our kids in, even in grade 6s. We've had reports up in North Queensland, kids as young as 8 using this drug, and I'm like, what? We really need to bring it to life. And show them it's not a party drug. It's not a feel-good thing, It feels good for a second. First few times you use it, then it just sucks you into the deepest hell and you can't get out. And that's what you're doing. You're going around schools and sharing this information. But as I also mentioned, you've got a community workshop that's happening this evening, 6 o'clock at the Ryan Catholic Community Centre on Morindo Drive. Can anyone come along to that tonight? Absolutely. The Rotary Club is joining us in making that happen, Manjimbara Rotary Club particularly, and it's open to all of the community. Please attend. We want to arm you. We want to give you the right information. We want to give you the resources. We have an incredible team up there at the moment. We've got some of our best educators on the ground there who have been doing this for many years, and please come ask the questions, come and connect. And so you need to get the resources, because you don't know, this might not affect you today, but tomorrow your loved one might be entrapped in addiction and you're going to need this information. So please get down there. Well, thank you so much for telling your personal story. As you say, this is now something you're very passionate about talking to people of all ages, but particularly young people, about what you went through. Andrea, thank you for being a part of the show today, and all the best with the work that your group is doing across Australia. Michael, thank you for helping